All right, good morning, everyone. I want to talk about business stuff this morning. How do you succeed in business? What do you do? I've talked about how I've had tons of jobs. How do you make it? So, I was at the 99 once, and somebody, an older man who had been there working such a loyalty for that company for years, said, "Look, real quick interview. Here's your tables. We provide them for you. What you do with them is up to you, how much you're going to make." So, that was a real good tip for me of mindset. It really is what you do with your life. Any situation, what you make of it. Someone else said to me, church is what you make of it. Very true. Um, so that was one thing that helped. Another thing that helped was always learn from older people. Always. I've always been around older people. I've always, all my life, been somebody who has enjoyed older people and learning from older people. So that's a fast way to get ahead because the wisdom they have, you can't get that anywhere else. You really can't. So last night I was trained by this woman. Unbelievable. She impressed me. Not only is she a beautiful older woman, I mean, she must be, I don't want to guess her age, but she is a lot older than me. And she could do circles around me. Seriously, she knows her stuff. So the lady before, like last week who trained me, had 28 years experience. This lady's been here forever. When you have the older people, they are going to train you well. So I said for tonight's training, I said, put me on with someone else again, please, who knows what they're doing. So your training is your absolute most important thing when you start a job. You want to be trained well. This woman was training me. I mean, she's a touchy physical person. So anytime I went on the computer, she would push my hand away if I was going to touch something that was wrong. And the reason why she did that is because she wants me to learn the right way and not get in the habit of the wrong way. Best waitress I have ever been trained from. Best. I mean, even with my, the way I write, I can be messy. I understand it. Sometimes I get lost in my own orders, which is not good because you just waste time. But she's like, no, everyone writes it like this. And that way, if something happens to you and you need help and you say, hey, give me your piece of paper, give me here's my paper, take this and put it in the computer. They understand it. So very disciplined. She's like, get a system down right away. Get a system down because if you don't, on our busy nights, you are going to be lost. So I've had a lot of waitressing experience, a lot of training. A lot of waitresses are not as serious as they should be. This woman is amazing. I mean, her service is something that I have never seen before. So this is the kind of service you want. Like, I always get compliments, even last night, using the excuse to say, I'm new is also good. Don't be afraid to stay at the bottom, say I'm new. So someone said, she's doing a great job. You're awesome. And I always get these kind of compliments from people. But I've learned you have to be able to not just please the customer, but make the management happy. So that's kind of where a lot of people are at. They're kind of heavy on the the boss side or the company side. Another thing too is use failure as your teacher. So last night, after only my second day there, somebody said to me, what goes with this? And I said, honestly, I have no idea. And he said, this goes with this. So you know what? I will remember that because of the way it was done. And so don't look at it as a failure, but look at it as, I just learned something that I did not know. Now I know. It was a lesson I won't forget because of the way it was taught. So take in learning in a million ways. Take it in. I brought a couple menus home. Visually, every single way, auditory, that you can learn something. I write things down a lot. That helps me to stay focused. But yeah, this woman has a definite system. You know, don't go back and forth. Save your steps. I learned that before. I'm trying to think of what else. Just have a head for business, and mostly the way you're going to do it is mindset. Oh, and then the last thing she said, um, do you need another night of training? And I said, yeah, I would like that, because we weren't very we kind of died down at the end of the night. We were extremely busy, then we died down, and it wasn't like a full shift. So she's like, I'm putting you on another extra shift to get this down because you don't know everything yet. Of course I don't. So take the extra training too. And then not only that, but I also had someone before, it was what at Applebee's, um, teach me too. She said, we also have waitressing classes. So I thought, I definitely want to master my waitressing. So I was going to do that. Something happened with that, and I didn't end up staying in that job. But get the mastery down, because, oh, this is what I was going to say. She said to me, can you afford one more night? Because if you can't, some people can't. And I thought, wow, that's pretty bad, if someone can't afford because they need tip money right away to take another night of training. So I'm like, yeah, I can afford that. And I thought, whether I can or not, I'm going to make sure I can afford that, because the training ground is so important. If you don't have your training down, everything else falls apart. Your foundation is number one. So make sure you have some kind of savings or some kind of money put away to hold you until you get that training down. So yeah, as soon as I'm ready, I'm ready for tips. And tips is what it's what you make of it, how you treat the customers. So I am looking to get my studying down a little quicker today and be able to get on the floor within a couple days. They do a lot of testing here, so I have to be tested in a lot of different areas. But luckily, they do it in sections. A lot of people will have you learn everything all at once, and they're going to break it up. So that will be a little bit easier for me. And they're not out to make you fail. They actually want to help you succeed and give you the tools you need. So that's what I got for now. Some business thoughts. Business is mindset. Learning all the time how to do things better. So thanks for joining me today, guys.